Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S3 3125. Could We Live on the Moon? By Frida Wyszyński. The moon. Have you ever looked at the moon and wondered what it would be like to live there? Many people have. They wonder if one day people from Earth could live on the moon. Over the years, scientists have discovered a lot about the moon. They have used telescopes to study it. People have traveled to the moon and back. In July 1969, U.S. astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin became the first people to set foot on the moon. The astronauts started their journey to the moon in this rocket. The astronauts landed on the moon's surface in the Eagle, a lunar module. More astronauts went to the moon after that. They spent hours exploring. They collected moon rocks and soil to study. We now know that the moon is very different from Earth. We also know that people can survive on the moon for a short time. If people can visit the moon, could they live there? Does the moon have the things people need to live? Astronauts use tools to collect rocks and soil from the moon. Air. People need air to breathe. Air is a mixture of gases that surrounds our planet. One of the gases in air is oxygen. Oxygen is a gas that our bodies need to stay alive. On Earth, there is plenty of air for us to breathe. It is all around us. The moon doesn't have air around it like Earth does. There is no air for people to breathe. Astronauts had to carry oxygen with them to the moon. When astronauts walked on the moon, they wore a backpack that contained oxygen. Water. People and animals need water to survive. Plants also need water to survive. Most of the Earth's surface is made up of oceans, lakes, and rivers. Water has never been found on the moon. Some scientists think there may be frozen water at the moon's north and south poles. They want to learn more about that. At present, people would need to bring water from Earth to live on the moon. Food. People need food to live. Without water and air, however, no plants or animals can survive to produce food. Since there is no food on the moon, astronauts had to bring all their food with them. Sandwiches. These are some of the foods astronauts took to the moon. Fruit drink. Astronauts on later space missions used the serving tray to heat their food. It would be hard for people planning to live on the moon to transport all the food they would need. It would be too much to carry. People would have to work out how to make their own food on the moon. Since the early days of space flight, scientists have tried to grow food in space. Astronauts have grown plants inside their spacecraft. These are some of the plants they have grown. Bean, wheat, soybean. An indoor moon garden could look like this. Scientists think that fresh food may be grown indoors on the moon one day. This would help people who want to live there. They wouldn't have to bring food with them to the moon. Instead, they could grow their own food. Weather. Plants and animals need different kinds of weather to survive. Most of them need sunshine and rain. The landscapes below have different kinds of weather. Hot weather, warm weather, cold weather. The weather is always changing on Earth. Sometimes it's warm and sunny. Sometimes clouds block the sun. Sometimes the wind blows and rain falls. Humans can live in nearly every kind of weather on Earth. The moon does not have weather like Earth. Earth does because it has no air. There are no clouds to block the sun. There is no wind to blow dust around. Not one raindrop falls. This astronaut footprint may remain on the moon for millions of years. On the moon, astronauts wore space suits. The suits protected them from boiling heat and freezing cold. Because there is no air surrounding it, temperatures on the moon can be much hotter and colder than temperatures on Earth. During the daytime, the moon is hotter than boiling water. At night, it's much colder than Antarctica, the coldest place on Earth. Gravity. On Earth, our Earth has gravity. Gravity is the force that pulls things. It pulls things towards the center of the Earth. Gravity brings the ball back down when we throw it up in the air. When astronauts walked on the moon, they felt lighter than they did on Earth. That's because the gravity on the moon is not as strong as gravity on Earth. Because of the moon's weaker gravity, astronauts could jump high off the ground. What's it doing? Life on the moon. One day, people may decide to move to the moon. People may learn how to make or transport the air, water, and food they would need there. They may also learn how to protect themselves from the heat and cold. Perhaps we could live on the moon one day. What do you think? Would you want to? Recommended reading. You can read more about the moon in the following books and on the following website. My best book of the moon, Space Busters, Astronomy and Space. Astro for Kids Moon page, NASA homepage, Kids area, NASA Kids Moon page. The end.